I began my education in Texas, took a small break, went up to Tulsa, Oklahoma, then ultimately ended in Texas and now still reside in Texas. Throughout that experience, I was able to collectively experience the urban and suburban point of education. I understood that and still now understand that there's a disconnect, a huge disconnect between the secondary and post secondary expectations. Um, there's several studies you can take a look at them um, that show that we need to be more intentional about how we get the learners these skills that will better connect their learning to real world experiences. We need to streamline the secondary standards and the post secondary expectations in urban education settings. One way we can do this is be more purposeful with how we implement our electronic technology and STEAM implementation practices. We have to ultimately find a balance. We have to appeal to both that left and right side of the brain of the child. We have to teach the entire child. We have to teach the whole child. And again, one way we can do this is STEAM: science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. They're in everything that we do, and they enrich our experiences in every way. So the Dick and Carry model is kind of the format we're going to follow here. I I'm going to take a deeper dive, a deeper look into some modules that I created for educators. To start off, we had to understand that the learner is different. So, as educators, we have to understand that we have to be 21st century teachers and 21st century administrators in order to reach our children. So, I took that model in trying to educate our educators on how we can do this. There's some proven systems. Uh, some may call them career academies. They consist of features like direct lines to the industry with the teachers being connected in. They are STEAM. Uh, what is STEAM in my classroom? We're going to answer these questions because educators want to know these types of questions. So I use these throughout my model to try to best understand how to develop an experience that will be great for them. So first, conducting those interviews and understanding the prior knowledge and understanding how we know that they need more help, they need more security, they need to be uh, taught how to implement these systems, and ultimately they need their confidence built so that they can implement this thing in their classroom. And who is involved to make this succeed in the classroom? Um, I take a deeper look in my instructional goal and skill analysis and looking at the backwards way and understanding the major steps and what they were going to need to do to really implement this in the classroom. And understand that we all can do this. It's not hard, guys. It's not hard at all. And I mean, everybody wants to know, when can I do this? You can do this right now, guys. Like, this is not difficult at all. So, taking a deeper dive and also following the Dick and Carry in the performance objectives, you see that this is something that can be implemented rather quickly and learned. I want educators to know that this is something manageable, something doable, but at the same time, there's many different forms and you just need to focus your efforts and understand that you don't have to do everything. Don't stress on it. And where does this fit into your content? is an important question to answer. You can't teach STEAM in parts. You must come at a holistic approach to it. You must have the learner experience the whole thing. So that is what I want the educators to experience when they are working through the modules, to explore. STEAM is about connection. STEAM is about creation. You have to make it real. You have to make it tangible. Getting educators and getting learners to understand to fail forward and to work through that process and understand that the real progress is made when you understand those differences and understand those lessons. um, Taking a dive into my instructional strategies and material, I put more emphasis on the exploration aspect of it. The learners are, yes, creating a quiz in Google Forms, but I put more emphasis on them creating the questions and understanding the different components. I model a blended learning environment by using blend space and creating different modules, so it allows the learners to work at their own pace. Um, Again, modeling 21st century learning, 21st century teaching, and a professional development for educators. This is a deeper dive into module one. I just broke it apart and I just simply screenshotted the items and made it easier to look at and highlighted the areas and for educators to understand, okay, this is where you click, and so that you can take out that discrepancy. Also modeling what you can do for your learners. Let's take a quick look at one of my multimedia tools. It's an education resource rather, more web page. Have various web tools that can be used. I would take a look at the CAD. I love Tinkercad. I use Tinkercad often in my classroom. So I have put together a little description page, link to the site, some advantages, some disadvantages, and I've also placed some tutorials that I've made myself via screencast. Another great resource for educators to have in their tool belt, and I modeled that for them and used that and created that through my instructional strategy component. Why should I use esteem in my practice? It's a good question. Um, Throughout working, and I was working through my evaluation plan and developing my evaluation plan, it allowed me to know that, hey, this is a great way to collect data. And I model that with them. That's how I collected my data with them. And this is a way that they can collect data in their own classrooms. It's a great tool. Uh, and it's it's evident ACT organization. It's You will see that now everybody is geared towards college readiness and benchmarking the kids, and in math and in the other areas as well. The minorities fall behind to the other demographics. So, and specifically the African Americans, Hispanic, American Indians fall behind our Asian Americans and whites. Um, so that is something that we must be more intentional behind. If we can implement more STEAM practices in our urban education and get our kids more involved and more engaged, then we can raise that readiness. Uh, Fact remains, if look at the job growth forecast. The job growth says that the market is going to grow in the areas of STEAM, health, technology, energy, media, consumer retail, and also let's take a look right deeper into that in the subcategories and see that you got biotechnology, gaming, machine learning, sustainable energy, all these places, even e-commerce, all STEAM, 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 and a lot of them electronic STEAM or some form in them electronic STEAM. So my recommendations for understanding how you can really embrace the movement is embrace those challenges. You must face those head on. Don't shy away from them. Those are how you get those good experiences and those good exposures and those breakthroughs. And use and understand the power of your imagery in conjunction with good content can be really, really powerful. And and definitely you have to understand how to focus your content on learning and not the tools. For my personal learning experiences, I have understood that you have to do all these together, and if not, it you're not as impactful. And I hope to impact more students and impact more educators, and hopefully I can inspire them to be hopeful about their education. They want hope. Our students want hope. Our educators want hope. We need to understand that if we start to embed that confidence and build that teamwork and really, really focus our energy on connecting and creating, we can definitely build our future.